Good morning, beautiful souls. How are you going? This is a random video from me again because this is going to be the first vlog in my little series that I've been promising for months and months and months and months and haven't followed through. So I thought while I'm sitting here having my brekkie, I am getting ready to go and have my second personal training session for this week. I'm sitting here having my sustagen and my porridge. I had my juice and my nana earlier before school drop off. So I just wanted to touch base with you all, let you know that I really do appreciate all of your support. Most of you do know I am a single mummy and I have come out of years and years of, well, not years and years, but probably about a good 2 or 3 years of grief and loss and lack and ups and downs and moving about 17 times in between then and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to share this. I'm really just sharing this to document my own story, really. So I can go back and have a look at how far I've come and all that sort of jazz. So if you want to sit in and watch as well, that's cool too. I'm happy with that. But anyway, yeah, I'm sorry if I talk with a mouthful of food. So yeah, I don't even know really where to start. I'm not a very big vlogger, blogger, or talk abouterer, really. But yeah, where do I start? I'll just start like most of you know, you'll see by my posts and stuff that it was probably a couple of months ago I really started on my physical journey when it comes to looking after myself. This vlog probably won't matter much to anybody else out there who's actually actively living their best life and all that sort of stuff, but I really just want to share my story to help those who may struggle to get the ball rolling in their life, to make certain decisions and choices for themselves and all that sort of stuff to help them move forward. So I just teach through the clarity of my own example, guys. I was actually going to call this vlog, you know, at home with Dan, because even though most people know me as Miss Psychic D, I am still Dan. I'm Danielle. I'm still a mum. I'm an auntie. I'm a friend to many. I'm more than just Miss Psychic D. I do have a real life, so, and I do have real feelings, and I do the energy work. So yeah, anyway, yeah, no, a few months ago I had a bit of a wake-up call myself, and maybe in future vlogs I'll go back and share other stories or whatever, but yeah, it's just like a light bulb went off one day, and I just said to myself, shit, Dan, you've got your spiritual self going down right, you've got your mental mindset really good, you know what you want, you know what you don't want, you got all this going on, but my physical self was really letting me down. So over a period of the last 1 to 2 years, I have been dabbling obviously with the medical medium protocols, which have been amazing. So if you haven't checked out the medical medium, please go check him out. He's awesome. So I did like the liver rescues and some of the detoxes and stuff like that. I do have an autoimmune condition. So obviously when I get stressed or eat things that I'm not supposed to do and all that sort of stuff, being a sensitive, it doesn't react well with my body. So being 47, almost 48 this year, oh shit. I just knew that I had to start taking care of my physical self, but I had a lot of struggle with it. The main thing with me is because I was dealing with so much grief, and previous to that, I was caring for my mum full time. You know, there'd be days where I would only get like an hour and a half sleep, especially when I was caring for my mum, because it was like 24-hour care. So I'd only get like an hour and a half sleep. I was eating on the run. I was eating crap food on the run. And this went over the course of probably 5 or 6 years. So I developed a really bad habit, when it comes to eating and stuff. So it's quite weird because when I was actually under my stress, I actually put on a lot of weight. So if you go back and have a look at some of my old videos and stuff, you probably see that I was really quite puffy and stuff. And I do believe that was because of the adrenal fatigue. But yeah, but as mum made her transition, and then obviously I got better, and then I lost my brother to suicide. So, and there was a whole riffraff around that. So after that was more strenuous on my body, obviously, because it was, when someone's terminally ill and you know they're going to make that transition, you sort of get to celebrate them while they're alive, and you sort of get that sense of peace when they do transition, even if you miss them and you love them. But when someone just decides one day to, you know, that's their last day on earth, and all the other stuff that goes on with it, you know, it's a really bad impact on your body. So what happened with me is I developed really bad eating habits, and I just didn't eat. My regular day would see me having nothing but coffee, nothing but cigarettes, alcohol, all that sort of stuff. I am proud of myself though. If you saw one of my other live videos, I'm very proud of myself because it was probably a good 3 months after my brother passed when he come to me and basically told me to get my shit together. I found that I didn't have to turn to alcohol anymore. So I've been doing the majority of this sober, which is really different for Dan. So those who do reach for substances to cope or manage, honestly, I know. I did the same thing back in the day when I was learning about my intuitive abilities and stuff like that. And I also did that to cope as well. Like when I was caring for mum, I was having like 6 to 8 cans of Jack Daniels, like full strength per day. And sometimes I could have easily gone to the bottle shop and got more. So I know that struggle, and I know it's real. And yeah, if there's any hope in it, if I can get off it, you can too. Anyway, so yeah, it was a couple of months ago anyway, and I did have some surgery after about 8 months after losing my brother. I had quite big surgery. So that was my wake-up call to go, you know what? I can't go back and bring my loved ones back. I can't go back and change all those situations. I just had like an aha moment. I went, you know what, you've got to start looking after your physical self. So, coming to realize that, I've obviously set myself out a little bit of a bit of a plan, bit of a POA. Now, what I'm proud about myself, and this is why I'm sharing my story, because I really want to encourage you guys to possibly try the same, is that what I used to do was go, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then I'd just jump into it, and I wouldn't give much thought to it. And then it'll fizzle out, and then it'll burn out, or I'd give up, or I'd surrender, or I'd say it's too hard, or, you know, I blame everything else for getting in the way of what I wanted to achieve for myself. So I did that all up until probably a couple of months ago, when I literally sat down with a plan and made a plan of attack. So those who don't really know, I'm actually quite an introvert. I'm actually quite a quiet person. I really enjoy just spending time at home, spending time with my kids. I really love my work, which I kind of used it as a coping mechanism too. So that's another thing I'm sort of trying not to do at the moment. But there is that other side of me that is actually really social. And I love communicating with people, and I love being, you know, amongst people and helping people and support people and all that sort of stuff. So what I realized a few months ago is that I struggle to find the balance between those two things, trying to find something that works. So I thought, well, what can I do? What's something that floats my boat? And this is something that I coach and mentor everybody to do themselves, is instead of trying to work out what I'm meant to be doing and who I'm meant to be doing it with and all this sort of jazz, I just sat down and wrote a list of all the things that I'm really good at, all the things that I'm really confident at. You know, Spirit guided me to sit down, and instead of sort of picking a specific, they just said, how do you want to feel, you know, in 3 to 6 months' time? So not only did I write down all my skills and my strategy, my skills and my talents and my abilities and my strengths and things I'm confident in and all that sort of stuff, I also realized that what was I going to say? They helped me tap into the feeling space of it. So I literally do visualization every single day. And I literally close my eyes for 5 or 10 minutes when I get a spare chance. Sometimes I just do it at school pickup because I have to get there a little bit early. So that's why I always say to everybody, there's no excuses as to why you can't do little personal self-development activities. But yeah, and I just pictured myself not in the specific, but in the feeling space of what it is that I wanted to experience. And I wanted to feel fit, and I wanted to feel strong again. And I wanted to put on weight. I know it's very contrasting. A lot of people go to the gyms and get personal training sessions to actually lose weight, but I'm not. I'm actually heading there to, I have to put on weight. I actually have to add calories. And like a month and a half ago, you wouldn't be seeing me having sausage and drinks and porridge and bananas and like all that shit. You wouldn't see me doing it. You wouldn't see me doing it. Anyway, so anyway, when I found that I got into alignment, I had to go, I tapped into all those things that I'm really skilled at, and I focused more so on those. And then to accompany that, I also visualized how I'm going to feel in 3 to 6 months time from now. So I did that diligently. It probably would have been for a good 2 weeks before I took any physical inspired action into anything. And it's really hard to explain. Unless you've been there, done that, you'll understand what I'm saying. But for those who are just, learning or just about to, launch themselves into their future, I can't explain it in words. What actually happened was, on an energy sense, because I lined up the fact that I wanted to be happy, and I made a personal choice to wake up with purpose and go to bed satisfied every night. I really took ownership and acknowledged my role and my commitment to wanting a better life for myself. I also really, really diligently focused more so on my skills and the feelings that I wanted to feel. And it was a couple of months ago where I sat down and went, Dan, when was the best, go back in your past days, when was it that it was the best time of your life? And when I went back, I realized it was when I was doing promotional work. I worked at Sexpo. I was a Sexpo promotions girl for a couple of years there, and just other products and stuff that I used to promote for companies and businesses and stuff. So I thought, you know what? How cool would that be again? I want to be a promotionals girl again. So without even thinking, oh, it's got to be this, oh, it's got to be that, oh, whatever, through my natural desire to feel better, through my feeling space of being able to have my own time and have my quietness and still nurture that, but still want that social interaction and still want that, ability to help others in some way. That's where my specific came from. So yeah, so at the moment, what I decided to do is, in that moment, I went, that's what I need to do. So I Googled it and I researched it, how to get back into it. Obviously, I don't think I'm the most attractive, blonde, big boob bimbo. If anything, I'm completely opposite. But I know I'm a great conversationalist, and I know I can communicate with people, and I know that there are people, places, things, opportunities out there that would suit me as a person. So I didn't let all that other stuff and any sort of comparison stop me from doing this. I just went, yep, this is it. This is going to balance out my life really well, because not only do I get out and be a little bit more social on a healthier level, help other businesses out, help myself out, tap into those aspects of self that are really strong, and things that I really enjoy. I also get to have my downtime as well. So I also still get to curl up in bed with me cuppa, and or just hang out with my closest friends or whatever, and I still get to do that. I get the best of both worlds. So yeah. So when that realization came upon me, that's when I sort of decided, you know what, I need some help with my physical self. So I did some research and I found a personal trainer, literally just up around the corner from me. Just opened up a new gym. So that's Coach at Palmwoods in the Sunshine Coast. If you are wanting to go and have some training, please go there. I'm with Matt, and he's absolutely amazing, so encouraging. And he also has other ladies and stuff there that do all different types of activities. So go there, because I swear by them. I actually am at the point now where I actually really look forward to going. When I'm there and I'm doing it, I'm like, oh my God, like I was gonna kill somebody the other day. But yeah, like I say, I wouldn't normally invest in myself financially. I wouldn't normally step into a gym. I wouldn't go to those lengths. I'm always like, oh, I'll just do something at home, or I'll just down on a nap, or I'll just do something like that. But I knew I had to do it. So basically I faced the fear and I did it anyway, and I'm absolutely loving it. Loving it. Can't get enough. I'm actually I'm really seeing the difference already. Like even in my skin, in my toneness. Yeah, you're really, really sore and all that sort of shit, but hey, it's a nice kind of sore. I feel like I've got a lot more energy, natural energy to burn off. I am still, I wouldn't say I'm struggling anymore because it's been about a month now, but it is still really hard to obviously get the food in because my stomach's obviously shrunk. And as soon as, like, I have life going on as well. I had issues with my son and that the other day and all that sort of stuff. And obviously my brain wants to revert back to no eating, just grab a coffee, do something that's not untoward. But I said, no, you got to remember your mission, Danielle. You got to remember your mission. Where do you see yourself from now? What's really guided me to at the moment is spirit-led messages. I know I get on here and do it for you guys, but I actually take all this information on myself. And to know that we have a new cycle, a new life cycle coming in for us, that's really going to be start ramped up at the end of August, especially throughout September. I keep getting spring as being very significant with that. You know, I've just made the personal choice to be in alignment and up to speed with that. So, it's working so far. It's working. Do I have all my cravings and shit still? Absolutely. But what I do now is I don't rob myself. I remind myself of what I'm doing it for, the feeling that I'm going to have from having it. And I know that I've placed my order with the universe now, whether it's a promotional job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's financial matters, whether it's my work. It doesn't matter about any of those specifics right now. It's about me being the best possible version of myself and knowing that everything else that is outside of that is a byproduct of the way I feel. So massive, massive lesson for me overall is the fact that I no longer expect anybody or anything to be a certain way for me to succeed in this life. So that's the main message I wanted to drive home by sharing all my story, that it's so empowering and it's so relieving to know that you don't need to rely on anyone. You don't have to rely on resources. Honestly, I didn't think I'd have the resources to do this, but I thought, YOLO, invest in yourself, do it. And it's so funny because now that I'm doing it, all the resources are coming in from other areas that I would never have even thought of. I say this in my readings all the time, but when I'm living my own life, it's sometimes hard to, grasp yourself. But anyway, so that's where I'm at the moment, you guys. As you know, and you probably saw my post yesterday, got my PT session today, but I'm also going to get all my hair done tomorrow. So that's part 3. I do have part 4, 5, 6, but it's all about enjoying the journey from now. It's all about, that's one thing I wanted to say about gym. If any of you guys have been hesitating on going and getting some movement and going to the gym or getting a personal trainer or doing Pilates or just doing something of a physical sense, I can't tell you how much it improves your mindset. It blows my mind. I thought I had a very strong mindset, but when you're trying to push through push-ups and squats and all that sort of stuff, you do realize how the little cracks that are in your mindset system, that's for sure. But it really improves your mindset. It really does. And I know there's a lot of chemical shit happening and all that sort of stuff, but I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know all that sort of shit. But yeah, if you guys do, if I can encourage you to go out and try and do something, I would do that, especially if you have any mental health concerns or anything like that, because it really, really, really does work. But what the biggest thing I wanted to share with you today before I close off, I'm 20 minutes already, but the biggest thing I wanted to share with you guys is that if you do the energy work, if you really tap into your feeling space and you don't get caught up on a specific per se, you just allow it all to unfold. You know, life is a journey, and you will always struggle if you depend on outside sources, whether this is people, family, friends, money, jobs, specifics, any specific. You will struggle if you rely or depend on anything outside of yourself to help you, it's codependency. If you're codependent on anything outside of yourself, then you will struggle. But I just literally sat there over the last few nights, and I'm sitting there and I'm laying in bed and I'm just sitting there and I'm looking around and I'm going, wow, Danielle, wow, you did this all on your own. You did this through your own intention. You did all this through your own drive and willingness and all that sort of stuff. And I was so proud of myself, because usually I would say, would you like to come and gym with me? Because I need someone to go with. Or I'd say, you know, I don't know. It's like I've lost it already. But I would depend on outside circumstances to make me happy, you know, to get me what I need. And that ain't happening no more. So it's such a relieving feeling. And yeah, I can't wait to share the rest of it with you. But anyway, so yeah, you guys, that's my vlog 1. I'm not really good about talking about myself, and that's another thing that I'm really trying to overcome as well. I'm just a doer. I literally do. I just wake up, and if something disappoints me, or something lets me down, or something gets in the way, or if there's an issue or problem now, I'm just on to the next best thing. I do. So to sit down and do this type of stuff, it's a mission of 2121 on the camera. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to finish my sausage, and I've really got to go because I got to go for a bit of a walkie in the rain up to the gym. So I'm wishing you guys the bestest of weeks. If you guys ever need any help or support or encouragement or anything for anything, please by all means reach out. I will come back and let you know how my hair looks tomorrow. I'm so looking forward to that, just to get a bit of the weight off. You know, you can tell it needs a bit of a do. And yeah, and if you are a promotional company, if you are a business out there, and you want to, you know, happy-go-lucky down chickie, hit me up. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thanks for listening to my waffle. I am proud of you as much as you guys do openly express your pride in me. And I do apologize if I have been a little bit quiet on social media. That's one more thing I'll add before I go. The best thing that I have done for myself is I don't get on social media. I'll get on and I might post my business stuff. If I have 5 or 10 minutes here and there, I will jump on socially. But other than that, I've just got off social media altogether. So I'm sorry if I ignore your comments and whatever. I used to live on social media a hell of a lot, especially when I was caring for mum, because I had no other outlet. I had no other way to communicate with people or anything like that. So if I'm missing your comments, if I'm not, you know, interacting with you in a manner in which you would like, it's nothing personal. It's just that I'm doing me at the moment. And yeah, this bloody end of this cycle has just opened up so many new portals, and I can't wait to step through it. So I hope you are too. Hope you're willing to. So yeah, don't take my lack of socialness as a personal thing. All right, I love you so much. I'm waffling now, 23 on the camera, getting all the double digits. We are in alignment. Everything's moving forward. Please follow Spirit's guidance. Please listen to your star signs. I try to make posts that are going to grab, especially those who are coming to me as a seeker, that actually want understanding and knowledge in that. All the posts are for you guys. So take what you need, leave the rest. And until next time, I'm going to go and get hurting. All right, I love you and be good. Bye.